Ukraine has escalated its drone warfare campaign by launching precision strikes on key Russian oil refineries. The Ukrainian government made its intentions unmistakably clear with a chilling declaration: "We will not wait for the next missile to fall on our children's schools." This statement framed every action that followed, setting the stage for a dramatic turn in the conflict. What unfolded next can be viewed as either a legitimate act of self-defense or, depending on perspective, a dangerous provocation that risks expanding the war in unpredictable ways. Early on a quiet Saturday, Ukraine's general staff posted a seemingly routine update on Facebook. Yet, beneath its dry tone lay a strategic message aimed well beyond the digital audience. Ukrainian long-range drones had successfully penetrated Russian air defenses, hitting two of Russia's most critical oil refineries, the Novokybyshevsky facility in Samara and the Ryazan refinery near Moscow, alongside a fuel depot in Voronezh and an electronics plant in Penza. Each of these targets was carefully chosen. Ukraine asserts that these sites are integral components of Russia's war machine, fueling the missile and drone attacks that have devastated Ukrainian cities for weeks. The Novokybyshevsky refinery, located in Samara's industrial core, processes approximately 8 million tons of crude oil annually, fuel that powers Russia's military vehicles and bombers. Even more crucial is the Ryazan refinery, one of Russia's oldest and largest, situated just 180 kilometers from Moscow. This facility supplies aviation fuel to bases launching air raids on Ukraine. Disabling these refineries, even temporarily, strikes a direct blow not only to Russia's fuel reserves, but also sends a psychological shockwave straight to the Kremlin's doorstep. However, these strikes are steeped in controversy. Ukraine's military openly labeled the attacks as retaliation for recent Russian bombardments that killed civilians in cities like Kyiv and Odessa. This wasn't merely a tactical operation. It was a statement written in fire and smoke. Western analysts are already debating whether hitting energy infrastructure deep inside Russia crosses a dangerous line, one that might trigger harsher counterattacks or escalate nuclear threats. Yet, others argue that if Russia can bomb Ukraine's power grid into darkness, Ukraine has every right to extinguish Russia's fuel supply in return. What's often overlooked is that Ukraine's drones didn't stop at fuel refineries. A fuel depot in Voronezh and an electronics plant in Penza, known for producing microchips and guidance systems for Russian cruise missiles, were also targeted. By striking Penza, Ukraine aims to choke Russia's military capabilities at both ends, cutting off fuel for immediate operations and disrupting the production of critical precision components for future missile strikes. In simple terms, Ukraine's strategy is to cripple the Russian war machine by simultaneously severing its supply of gas and guidance systems. Without fuel, tanks can't move. Without advanced microchips, missiles can't accurately strike their targets. Ukraine's calculus is brutally straightforward: degrade Russia's capacity for long-range warfare before the next barrage of missiles rains down on Ukrainian apartment blocks. Yet, these actions have sparked a fierce debate. Is Ukraine demonstrating strategic brilliance, or is it recklessly escalating the conflict? Does striking within Russian territory erode Ukraine's moral high ground? Or is it the inevitable evolution of modern warfare, where the battleground extends far beyond traditional front lines into pipelines and server rooms? This raises a critical question for the global audience. Was Ukraine justified in taking the fight onto Russian soil, or has it opened a Pandora's box that could lead to unforeseen consequences? The answers to these questions may shape the next phase of this war. In another part of the world, a very different debate is unfolding. Nigel Farage, leader of Reform UK, recently claimed that Britain is experiencing a significant exodus of its wealthiest citizens. His assertion, based on a report by Henley & Partners, predicts that by 2025, the UK will see a net loss of 16,500 millionaires. The data, sourced from New World Wealth, tracks the movements of high-net-worth individuals using public platforms like LinkedIn. However, many experts have raised questions about the accuracy of this data, suggesting that the motivations for relocation often extend beyond simple tax considerations. Without concrete statistics on the actual inflow and outflow of millionaires, it remains difficult to draw definitive conclusions about this so-called wealth drain from the UK. Meanwhile, dramatic footage has emerged from Russia, showing a Ukrainian drone strike hitting a railway station in Furlovo, Volgograd region. Captured from a nearby apartment, the video shows the drone flying low before striking the building, igniting a fire. Ukrainian long-range drones, like the UJ-22, have been used to disrupt Russian military logistics deep inside Russian territory. The Volgograd Regional Administration confirmed the attack damaged a power line and set a fire at the Arcata railway station, though the tracks themselves were reportedly unharmed. However, Russian state media reported disruptions to regional train services, and even flights at Volgograd's regional airport were temporarily halted. Russia's defense ministry claimed its forces shot down 61 Ukrainian drones overnight, including 6 over Volgograd. Yet, they did not disclose the total number of drones launched, leaving observers to speculate on the scale of Ukraine's drone assault. Regional authorities described the attack as a large-scale operation targeting critical energy and transport infrastructure, further escalating the cyber and physical battlegrounds of this conflict. Elsewhere, the chaos of war continues to manifest in tragic ways. In Gaza, disturbing footage showed civilians coming under gunfire near an aid distribution site. The scene, located just 500 meters from a humanitarian site supported by the U.S. and Israel, captured people diving for cover as bullets zipped past. Reports from Al-Ata Hospital confirmed 5 fatalities and 30 injuries, allegedly caused by Israeli forces who claimed they fired warning shots at a group they perceived as threatening. Back in the UK, the government's handling of asylum seekers remains under scrutiny. Home Office Minister Angela Eagle reported a decrease of 6,000 asylum seekers housed in hotels during the first quarter of 2025. However, despite this reduction, the total number remains higher than before Labour took office in 2024. The government has committed to ending the use of asylum hotels by 2029, but the Chief Inspector of Borders and Immigration, David Bolt, expressed skepticism about whether this target is achievable. In a peculiar incident, 3 Russian TikTok users were arrested after filming themselves rapping near a burning fuel depot in Sochi, allegedly struck by Ukrainian drones. The individuals aged between 19 and 21 now face charges for inappropriate behavior during an emergency. The fire was reportedly caused by drone debris hitting a fuel tank, though Ukraine has not officially commented on this particular strike. As these events unfold, the world watches closely. Will Ukraine's bold drone strikes shift the dynamics of this war, or will they only escalate an already volatile situation? We invite you to share your views, agree, disagree, or offer a perspective in between. The next chapter of this conflict may very well be shaped by the conversations we are having right now.